In this paper, we present TCAL, a calendar-based interactive visual analytical system for investigating team conversation data. The interface of TCAL consists of 3 panels: a control panel providing configurations for the entire system, a content panel displaying the data at the different levels of details, including year, month, and week views, and the detail panel showing the raw messages for users to examine specific conversations. When a user selects a channel and a year, the year view appears to show the raw activities of a team in 1 year. The year view uses heat maps to reflect daily team activities. We divide each detail along the diagonal into 2 triangles to encode 2 important quantities: the volume of messages in orange and the number of participating team members in purple. After a user clicks 1 month on the year view, its month view appears on the content panel. The month view unfolds the relationships among team members, messages, and the conversational threads. In this view, team members are presented as circles with the color indicating user identity and the size indicating the number of messages created by them. Team members involved in the same thread are packed together in a bigger hollow circle using the circle packing algorithm. After a user selects a week of interest in the month view, she can shift the exploration to the temporal dynamics and contextual details of each conversational thread in the week view. We develop a novel visual design thread pulse to present individual conversational threads in the week view. Thread pulse offers 2 different levels of details for visualizing a conversation. By default, the week view displays conversational threads on each day using a coarse level of thread pulse, and the user can expand a specific day to reveal more details about the thread with a fine level of thread pulse. The design process of thread pulse can be categorized into 4 steps. We first apply an adaptive binding approach to divide messages into equal time slots. After this, we draw a volume chart and construct a smooth curve along time in a zigzag manner. The amplitude of the volume chart and curve is mapped to the message intensity across time. We further draw messages on top of the background. The color can be mapped to user or sentiment. For the fine level thread pulse, we also show the keywords of messages on the side. In the coarse level design, the corresponding curve segment is color-coded directly. We can observe that this team started the project in the end of June and ended in early August. We click July and focus on activities in July with the month view. Overall, almost all course-related and chatting threads involve the 3 team members, represented as blue, orange, and green circles. We observe that each circle is in similar size, indicating that the team members contributed evenly in their group discussions. Since there's no reports of free riding in the weekly peer evaluations during the course period, this diagram matches with the domain knowledge. Then, we shift the focus to the temporal trends of each thread. We selected 1 week with many discussions to show it on the week view. We find that almost all threads had the highest conversation intensity during 3 p.m. and 6 p.m., and few messages was created outside that time period, as indicated by the amplitude of thread pulse. Due to time zone difference, this team seems to develop appropriate strategies to cope with time zone issues in the collaboration. It seems this team worked in a synchronous way, that is, all team members had a consensus on the available time at the beginning of the project, and they fixed the time for communication. To compare communication patterns between different teams, we switched to Team 2 and also inspected their activities in July. We observed that some days only have 1 thread, indicating it's either course-related or chatting thread. For the days with 2 threads, the message volumes of these threads are quite different. We click some threads and examine the content in the detail panel. We find that most messages are course-related. Compared to Team 1, it's interesting that they have distinct conversation styles. To further compare the temporal patterns of conversations of this team to Team 1, we enter 1 week in July. We notice that curve segments with greater amplitude contributed across the day, meaning that conversations happened throughout the day. It shows that this team applied a synchronous strategy to collaboration. That is, each team member worked on the project at their own schedule, so responses would be deferred until other team members came online. The team did not tend to involve every member in the communication at the same time, but only those who were available.